Hello, Potato, and welcome to another episode of Magic in the Mail. Today we've got some Shop Disney items, some non-Shop Disney items, and even a non-Disney item. So let's get started with the non-Disney item, because I have things to say about Shop Disney, as I frequently do in these videos. So before we get to the Disney stuff, we'll talk about that. But for now, we'll start with the non-Disney item. And you'll be familiar with these if you've been watching any of the Magic in the Mail videos for a while, because I show one or two off periodically. And yep, that is another Dirty Room keychain from creator Dan Bell, and of course on the show Rick Serra and Brennan Evangelista, produced by Jake Williams, all of whom have YouTube channels you should check out. We have the Silvery Moon, another Dirty Room key tag. Number 24 this time, which of course isn't our lowest number. Our lowest number is our number 11, which I don't know if you can see the number on the camera, but it should be on camera right over there. Anyway, yeah, 24 is not our lowest number, 11 is. It's also still not number 42, which is one I keep hoping to get, but at least the numbers are there. They're just in the wrong order this time. As always, it is signed by Mr. Dan Bell. And it's made of that same, feels like fairly strong but flexible plastic that, again, I wouldn't want to damage it. It's not something I can replace, so I wouldn't want to damage it by actually putting keys on it. Although maybe, like, you know, at some point if I develop like a keyboard to put these on, maybe go like to the flea market and buy some old keys just to put on them just for looks. That would be kind of cool. But I've got rather a lot of these now. I think I've getting on to like 10 or so of these, and they're kind of crowding the hooks I keep them on, so I'm going to need to do something else with these before too much longer, or at least maybe pick and choose which ones I leave up on the wall in the void space here, because I've ordered another one, so there'll be another one of these videos coming up in a few weeks, more than likely. Alright, so that is our non-Disney item out of the way. Let's put that right there, so there's something on the camera while I talk. Now let's talk about Disney, specifically Shop Disney. So, since the last time I've done a Magic in the Mail video, there have been two different merch passes for Minnie Mouse, the main attraction. And we do have a Minnie Mouse item coming up in this. So if you're interested in that, that'll probably come around at the end. But there have been two Minnie Mouse, the main attraction merch passes since the last time I did one of these. They did one for the King Arthur's Carousel last week, and then this week was Dumbo. And yep, as with a lot of people who aren't selling these in mass quantities on eBay, I didn't have a lot of luck. I got nothing from King Arthur. We do have a set of pins from that secured and coming, but neither myself or my wife actually were able to get those. And we for Dumbo, all I got was the plush. Now, if you got the plush, then you of course also got the email telling you that you aren't getting the plush anytime soon, that it's been delayed till sometime next year. So basically, what this would be a good opportunity for Disney to do is do this as a pre-order. Just let people order them, pay for them now, and deliver them when they're ready. It'd be a great way to test out the idea of pre-ordering things. But nope, of course not. What they did provide, though, is a free shipping code, free standard shipping on one purchase, which then the next day they had to send again, because I'm pretty sure they sent everybody the same shipping code, and that's not going to work. So yeah, that's a bit of a fail. Meanwhile, you know, there's somebody on eBay who has like 50 of the sets of pins, and will sell you access to that fake burner account he set up, so that you can order them and pay for them, and I would think potentially give this guy access to your credit card information, because you're not going to be able to access that email. Apparently he doesn't give you the email, and you can look around online. I saw this, I think, on Disney Treasures on Facebook. And what you're buying from him for $12 is access to that account, so that you can finish paying for the item and have it shipped to you. But he's not giving you access to the email associated with that account. So he can change that account back to whatever password he wants at any time, and if you haven't been careful, your credit card may be saved on there. Now, of course, you need to have the 3-digit code on the back of the card to successfully purchase anything, but still, you're leaving this creep with access to your credit card potentially. Yeah, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. Also, I mean, I just don't understand why Shop Disney doesn't care enough to try to stop this sort of thing. I know Merch Pass was only ever really intended to prevent the website from crashing, with the side effect of no longer putting thousands of dollars of holds on people's credit card accounts and bank accounts. But I mean, it was never about getting the merchandise into the hands of actual collectors. It was about getting the merchandise sold without the website collapsing. And yep, it succeeded on that, so good for them. And of course, they've still been, instead of reaching out to people who they snubbed at Merch Pass, they've just been putting the merchandise out for sale on the site. A couple times this week, there have been King Arthur, and they've been all the way back from King Arthur back through Alice in Wonderland, have popped up on the Shop Disney site. The plush, the bags, the pins, all the stuff has popped up on the site. We did manage to actually, in theory, secure a couple of the missing plush, so that'll be nice. My wife had successfully ordered a set of the Tiki Room ears, and of course that night they got canceled because, Shop Disney. And then just to rub a little salt into that wound, they put them back up for sale on the site again the next day. So they clearly had them when they canceled my wife's order. And of course we had no luck in ordering them again the next day. Here's an idea, Shop Disney. Instead of putting these items back up on the site, especially when you have people that you just screwed out of the item who successfully had purchased it, because that's twice now we have successful orders for the Tiki Bird ears. I have one which they canceled. I talked about before. They canceled it without even bothering to tell me, and then tried to act like the order never even existed until I showed them a screenshot of it. And then they just said, oh, we resolved this in a phone call, which never happened, and that was them considering it resolved. And then my wife, got hers this week, and within 6 hours, it got canceled. So, thank you, Shop Disney. When you then, just to make people that much more angry the next day, you put it back up for sale again. If you had just maybe reached out to the people that you had canceled the sales from the day before, even if it wasn't my wife, even if it was just other people you screwed over, whoever got screwed over before she did, I wouldn't be as upset about it because I wouldn't have known. See, that's the key. By putting this item back on the website, instead of reaching out to people you've already done poorly, you've already treated badly, you've already provided awful customer service to, you now not only rub salt into the wounds of those people, because, they still aren't getting the item, but you're also angering people like me again who didn't succeed at ordering it, at least not the second time, or third time, or fourth time. But now I see it's available again, and I still can't order it. So it's, maybe take care of people you've already injured instead of re-injuring them and angering new people. Just my thought. I know your computer keeps track of all these things. I know your computer sees that I tried to check out with an item this week, for literally 2 continuous hours, and before you finally took it out of my bag. And so maybe instead of just, rubbing salt into the wounds of your guests, reach out to them person to person and handle these issues instead of putting the item back up on the site for sale. Just an idea. And if you're interested, the item that I spent 2 hours trying to purchase was the Victor Geist Funko Pop from Haunted Mansion, who, unfortunately, I did not catch it at midnight when it first released, and when it was up later on in the day, I had it in my bag, and I literally spent 2 solid hours trying to check out with that, and it wouldn't let me do it. And then eventually, they just took it out of my bag. But they kept popping it back up on the site as available to order. You could add it to your bag. Even though it was in my bag already, they wouldn't let me check out with it. So I don't know how much of that is just other people somehow getting around me in the queue, how much of that is just Shop Disney incompetence. But Shop Disney is a wet trash fire, and they clearly seem to have no intention of making things any better, because they know, and I've said this before, we're not going to turn our backs on them. They're Disney. We're not going to turn our backs on Disney. We're not going to stop collecting Star Wars stuff and Marvel stuff and Disney Princess stuff and Disney Park stuff. So they know they can treat us like absolute garbage. Yeah. All right. That's enough of that. TLDR, Merch Pass sucks. Also, Shop Disney sucks. Or at least people that run it. The people that provide actual customer service, I take no issue with them. I think their hands are tied. The people in charge suck. All right, so on to the non-shop Disney items that are still Disney. We found these at Target. They're not the exclusive ones. I didn't actually like the exclusive one when I saw it. But yep, it's the child from The Mandalorian. Weirdly, the Target exclusive is just like the child with nothing. Just kind of with a look on it, just now that look on its face, just standing there. I have no idea why you'd make that the exclusive for anywhere compared to one of these instead. So yeah, we have the child with the frog. I guess it is officially a frog now, not just slaying a frog, even though it really shouldn't be a frog because it's not on Earth. And the bone broth, which kind of looks more like peanut butter because it's not flat. And of course, liquid always finds its level. So let's pop these two out of the box and take a closer look. I'll see if I can pop them out of the box anyways without damaging them. And we'll take a better look at them. So here we are with Pop 378, the child with cup. And of course, like all Star Wars Funkos, it's a bobblehead, because they have to be. All the Star Wars ones and all the Marvel ones. And yeah, it's nicely textured. It's a nice sculpt. Got the big... Honestly, the eyes on the Pop versions look a little creepy, but I think that's also just kind of inherent with Pops in general, isn't it? But if you look here, you can see, I think you can see what I mean, rather. I think you can see what I mean. Let's try putting the words in an order that makes sense. That this doesn't look so much like broth as like a little bowl of peanut butter. It's not flat, it's textured. Like maybe it's using the force to keep the broth stirring, keep that good Brownian motion going. Yeah, it's very cute. It's nicer than the exclusive one. The exclusive one is just, it's kind of like the original Child Pop, only where that one had its hand out like it was using the force. It just like has its hands to its sides. It's not exciting. It's not a good exclusive. I think it was GameStop was supposed to have an exclusive of the child with the gear shift knob from Mando's ship. And that one's kind of cute. And that makes sense to do as an exclusive. I would have thought you'd do maybe this or the frog as an exclusive for Target, and then just do the hands at the side, very, very basic one, just that as a regular release. But that's me. What do I know? So yeah, that's the child with the cup. And our other Funko Pop today is the child with the frog. Again, bobblehead. And give you a little view of the frog sticking out of its mouth. It is interestingly, you'd think they would be lazy and just reuse the body sculpt, but it's really not. It's a completely different body sculpt. I mean, maybe parts of it are reused, maybe so. I don't know. I don't know exactly how they work. So, I mean, the back looks to be the same. Although maybe not. No, not in the collar. The collar's different, but the sculpt on the actual back, I don't know how these are put together in the form that they start out with before they scan them in. But yeah, the back looks the same, but other than that, these are clearly completely different sculpts. The eyes are the same, that same kind of vacant, creepy look to them. Which again, it's somewhat inherent to Pops. I don't think... I think part of it may be the child's general appearance. But yeah, those eyes are just kind of creepy. It's kind of creepy. Just kind of creepy. But they're cute, but it's a very cute little Pop. I am not collecting all of the Mandalorian Pops. I'm just probably actually, other than maybe trying to get the big full-sized one, the one that's like the same size as my giant Ezra, I don't really think I'm going to get too many more, if any more, of the Mandalorian Pops. I mean, the IG-11 is nice, but I really would like, what I really want, is a good IG-11 action figure, like a 12-incher, like my old Star Wars figures. A good 12-inch IG-11, a good 12-inch Mandalorian, maybe even Cara Dune. But what I'm getting, what should be coming in next month, is the Lego Mandalorian Razor Crest ship. That I'm like genuinely excited for. But yeah, we'll do that. That'll probably get its own video. That probably won't be a Magic in the Mail, even though it is coming in the mail. That probably won't be a Magic in the Mail. That'll probably be a Sunday video. Or, depending on what my work schedule looks like, I might do that one as like one part every week, because it's over 1,000 pieces, I believe. So it's going to be a multi-part video one way or another. All right, but yep, there's the child with the frog. Very cute, nice. Yeah, I don't take Pops out of the box very often, so it's interesting to feel how much texture they actually put into them. For something that most people are never going to see, which is like the back of a Pop, they still put a good amount of detail back here and a good amount of texturing into its clothes. And I appreciate that. It's a nice bit of quality. And of course, unlike normal Pops, it has a little stand, because again, it's a bobblehead, not a vinyl figurine. Alright, so let's move on to our next item. Next up is this little pin set here. I'll be your Mickey, I'll be your Minnie. My wife ordered these. I think we were trying to get up to $75 to get free shipping. So she ordered these because they've been on her wish list for a while and she liked them. So she ordered them. Unfortunately, the card came a little damaged. They were shipped in the box with our next item and no packing at all other than the piece of magic paper. So that's not great. I will highlight why I like the way they handle things on the next item in a minute, though. It was $15.99. They're just kind of your standard single pin. I don't think they're limited release or anything. What's it say on here? Yeah, it doesn't say anything about limited release. I do wish the card wasn't messed up, but I mean, I suppose eventually they will come off the card, so it won't matter. Yep. It's one of those, it's a couples pin set, so that you can make sure everybody knows that you're spoken for. That's very cute. They're pretty basic. No layers. There's a little bit of texturing where the silver is. So around the ears and the bow, and basically the outlines. Yep, they're just very cute. The fact the red kind of tapers off here, which I guess sort of matches the angle of the Y on the Mickey, but that just seems kind of weird to me. We have this like red outline on most of the E, but then we have this weird gold gap in between. I don't know. That just seems like that shouldn't be there. That should be just a straight line at the bottom and just red in between. Because they didn't do that there like with the Mickey. I guess they sort of did it between the M and the I, but just not to that extent. Yep, those are nice little pins. A cute little set, and hey, it pushes you for free shipping, so why not? Next up is another ornament. And yes, again, it came shipped in a box, which is nice. Especially because, again, it came in the box with these pins and no packing at all. So, thankfully, I think this is how Disney's finally solving the issue of people getting smashed ornaments. Is by just packaging them like they're little statues, which is what they always should have done. And this one's a cute little one. It's not one of, I think one of the anniversary ones or anything this year. But it is Winnie the Pooh hanging from a little balloon. I believe it's from Blustery Days. This is him like when he was trying to pretend to be a rain cloud. I'm guessing after the rain washed the mud off of him. Yep, it's got a little bee on his nose. And unlike that 65th anniversary ornament, it doesn't appear to have any defects, which is also nice. Yeah, it's a cute little ornament. It's a little heavy probably for our tree. But it's a nice ornament, and being not overtly Christmassy, it's kind of thing if you're like a Winnie the Pooh collector, you could keep out all year round. Which is another thing I like about the Disney sketchbook ornaments, is frequently they're not super holiday-ish. Because like I keep my Haunted Mansion ones out all year. I've also noticed they've released a new version of the Hitchhiking Ghost in the Doom Buggy ornament that I have from a couple years ago, and now they're like really green. It's kind of off-putting. I think they have a new Madame Leota that way too. They have a lot of new Haunted Mansion stuff coming out this year, and I'm going to try and get some of it. I've got some things on order already, including one thing that is back-ordered, something that Shop Disney doesn't usually do. And it begs the question of, if you can back-order this item, why don't you back-order other things instead of making me keep checking in to see if Victor Geist has become available again? Just let me back-order him, waitlist me. I will give you the money now, and you can refund it later if you aren't, for some reason, able to satisfy my request. But, I would rather pre-order it, waitlist it, back-order it, than not get it at all or have to spend an extra $50 to buy it from a reseller. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. But that's not what we're talking about now. We're talking about Winnie the Pooh. It's a cute little Winnie the Pooh, three-dimensional little ornament. He actually is his shirt is felted. It's not just painted on. It actually has like a cloth feel to it. The little bee is nice. Of course, rope on the balloon. Only thing I could honestly see you wanting to change on this maybe, and it's not necessary at all. It certainly isn't relevant to the storyline of Winnie the Pooh. Would be just to make the balloon light up, kind of like that like the lamp the lizard from Rapunzel hangs off of on his ornament. Which, weirdly, they seem to have made that ornament again, despite the fact that, come like last January, I could swear that ornament and the one of Chip blowing a bubble were like the two that they had like 40 of each left in the store. But, again, what do I know? I don't see the numbers. We have one more item today. I'm not going to cut away for it. I'll just bring it in here now. And that is our Minnie Mouse the Main Attraction item. Yep, this is the thing we were able to get out of that merch pass. My wife got called for this one. Let's put it up on a stand, I guess. There we go. There's our Peter Pan ears from Peter Pan's Flight. Part of the Minnie Mouse the Main Attraction collection, and this is the only part of it that we actually have in hand. Again, we have a set of the pins secured. We just need to pick them up. And we have the plush, in theory, on the way. So we will end up with a complete set of this one, but at least a complete set of what we want from it. But I know there's a lot of people who haven't been able to get anything these last couple times. And yeah, it's not a great system shop, Disney. I can't believe that I was doing better fighting with the bot runners on the day of than I am through your raffle system. But I guess, it's how you choose to treat your customers. And it was something I consider when I decide whether or not I want to be part of next year's collection or not. Part of what I enjoyed about the collection really was sitting out in front of the store with my line friends, and I haven't seen them in person since March. So, that was a lot of the fun of, sitting out there talking with them for, 3 hours on a Saturday morning. And yeah, fighting with bots on Shop Disney is in no way equivalent to that experience. And Disney has just found ways to make this worse and worse every month. But I suppose I should stop complaining and we should look at these in the way I would have looked at them normally had we not had all the problems we're having. So in the card we have some little artwork of the Peter Pan's Flight, and we have words. All you need is faith, trust, and a little bit of pixie dust. Prepare to soar across London skies and off to Neverland. Peter Pan's Flight is an attraction that launched on the opening day of Disneyland Park, July 17th, 1955, in the Fantasyland area. It gives guests the feeling of traveling to a faraway place where you can stay young forever. Yep. I haven't gone on the Peter Pan ride in a long time, because usually when we go, the line is like 45 minutes to an hour, and that ride's like 3 minutes long. I don't... As unique of a ride as it is, I just generally don't wait in that line. But let's look at the ears. I would love to compare it to Minnie and the pins, but I have neither in front of me right now. So maybe when we get a hold of those, we'll bring the ears back out and look at them all in a little bit more detail as a group. But of course we've got the ears, we've got this lovely little sequins on it. Pretty basic, except for the little stars. I don't know if it shows up how well it shows up on camera, but Tink here, while not painted in, actually has her features outlined. She's not just flat golden color. She has eyes, she has a mouth. You can see the outline of her skirt down here. So I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera because of the lighting in here. Online, I will say, it looked like she was painted. To me, I had the impression that like her arms and skin and face were skin color, or the appropriate skin color for her. I thought she had the colored dress and the hair, and nope, she's just all golden, which is, it looks nice, I think. I don't think it looks bad. I still think the worst looking ears are the Pirates ones, and that's really more just because of how flimsy they are. I think the design is cool. But then we have on the bow, we can see the shadows of Peter and Tink, and two of the kids. Oh no, there's the third one. There he is. He's just down there, kind of behind the fold. They're all present and accounted for. So they're nice ears. I wish I could say that, we had gotten, the whole set through Merch Pass. But Merch Pass is not, it's not good, to put it in the least. But, we're 8 months into these now. We have 4 more to go after Dumbo, which yeah, we didn't get anything out of that either, again, except for the plush sometime next year. So we'll have to, I guess, just keep an eye on Shop Disney for when they drop the pins and the ears and the, not just pins and the ears on there. So maybe we can try to get them. And again, they're still dropping stuff all the way back to Alice in Wonderland. I don't know where these things are coming from. And again, I still don't understand why you don't just reach out to people who wanted them in the past and sell it to them instead of making them upset when they see the thing they've been trying for 4 months to get a hold of up for sale again and they still can't get a hold of it. I'm being way too negative this video. I think I've probably been too negative in a lot of these videos because of Shop Disney shenanigans. But that's going to wrap up our magic in the mail for this week. I do plan to do another one next week. There is some stuff that's supposed to come in actually today, and a number of things that are supposed to come in next week, including, hopefully, some new Haunted Mansion items, because it's August, which means you got to get your Halloween stuff out now, so that way when you put your Christmas stuff out in September, it's not coming out before the Halloween stuff. So I do hope you found this interesting, and hope you'll tune back in for the next one. If not for any of my other videos, at least tune in for Magic in the Mail next Saturday, when again I hope I will have some Haunted Mansion items, as well as maybe a couple other things. If you did find this video interesting or enjoyable in any way, shape, or form, please give the video a like and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And of course you can follow me on Instagram at Void of Intelligence, where I may post pictures of these or other things as they come in before next week's video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.